Okay guys, and welcome back. So this is going to be about discriminant of a quadratic equation. So we are going to be solving or rather we are going to be automating this. We are going to be writing a program for it. Now when you talk about the discriminant of a quadratic function or a quadratic equation, generally this is what you have as a quadratic function. Okay, ax squared plus bx plus c. A, b and c, they are constants. Now why am I taking the time to explain the concept before going into the programming aspect? Whenever you want to solve a problem, if you don't know if you don't have a good grasp of whatever you're trying to solve, okay, the manual computation, what it entails, then writing the program for it is going to be difficult. Okay, that's why if you see I'm trying to explain what we are trying to do before going ahead to write the program. So this is what you have. Now in this expression you have a, b and c are the constants you have. Okay, you must have seen this in a lot of questions in your mathematics and the rest of that. A, b and c are constants. So based on a, b and c, you can put them into a formula that you can use to tell a lot of things about this function or this equation. Now I'm not going in that deep to tell you what are the basic things you can use that to do, but the discriminant is so useful when it comes to quadratic functions. It can be used to do a whole lot of things. Okay, it gives you a whole lot of hints. Now this is the discriminant. It's equal to b squared minus 4ac. We usually use d to represent it. So what I want to do is to write a program that can compute the discriminants, okay, of any quadratic equation. Okay, just to compute discriminants. So as usual, we are going to use our ID. We are going to use Plateau ID. So let's move down to the ID and see what we have there. So this is the program we got the last time. I'm just going to open a new file and okay, so I'll call this discrete. Okay, let me just call it discrete. As usual, we are going to end discrete, but remember I have to say end program, right? So I have end program discrete. Then let's work with the implicit none since we've started it, so we have to continue with it. So we have implicit none, which is not compulsory. I've told that before. Now the variables I have there, a, b and c, they can all be real values, so I'm going to define all of them as real. So I'll say real a, b and c. Okay, so now I need to get the values of a, b and c from the user, then go ahead to compute the discriminants. So first I'll print out a prompt telling the user to enter the value of a. So I'll say enter the value. So this time around I want to do everything on one line. Okay, enter the values of a, b and c, so you can actually do everything on one line. So now I'll have read. Let me use read with a single asterisk instead of double asterisk. It's still going to work out. So I want the user to read in the values of a, b and c. This is still going to work out fine. Okay, so now the discriminant is b squared minus 4 times a times c. Now from what I have, if I try to print discriminants, guys, there's going to be an error. I'll give you a few seconds to just figure out the error in this code and then we'll go ahead to compute it. But there's going to be an error. So if I want to print out the discriminant, d, or I can make it more descriptive, I can say discriminants. I can spell discriminants for the discriminants is, let's say d. So there's an error in this program. So the error in this program is this: I declared a, b and c and I'm using d. I didn't declare d, so I just have to declare d, and I think that should be all we have here. So I have to save it, so I'm going to call it discriminant. Please, the name you save it with mustn't, it's not a must that it will match the name you have here. So yeah, that's why I'm just want to show you. They can match, they can be different, it doesn't really matter, it's still going to work out fine. So let's see what we have as our output. So it's asking me to enter the values of a, b and c. So let's say I enter a is 2, b is 4, c is that, and it's telling me that the discriminant is minus 40. Okay, so that's all we have for this program. So if you have any question, any suggestion, as usual, go ahead and put in the comment section below, or you can hit me up whenever you can, and I'll see you guys in the next video. We are going to be talking about the logical data type we have in FORTRAN. Okay, some programming language call it the Boolean data type. In FORTRAN they call it the logical data type. That's what we are going to be looking at in the next program, and thereafter it will lead us to relational operators. Okay, and then we'll move into the conditional control structure. So we're making progress. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.